Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. Okay, you guys, somebody suggested that I would do a whole video with this on, but I think that would be a little obnoxious. I'm actually at the grocery store. I have been running around trying to find stamps, a book of stamps, because I'm trying to send out the rest of my bookmarks for the Roxy Reads Book Club. I finally located some at the grocery store. The post office didn't have it, the UPS store didn't have it, so Staples didn't have it, so now here I am at Publix. But yeah, you guys, how y'all feeling out there? How y'all living? It's the Rona check-in, making sure that you guys are alive and well. Hopefully you and your family, your loved ones, your people around you, if you're essential workers, you are protecting yourselves, especially right now with what is going on in Georgia. YSAG, okay, Brian Kemp, looks like he decided on Monday that he is going to start opening the state back up. Now, last week, YSAP was going around and saying that he felt like it was time for states to begin reopening. You know, it was time to get the economy back, get people back to work. So he made it clear that he was in favor of that. So I guess YSAG took the bull by the horns and decided that that meant that he would open up as soon as Friday. And what's on the list to be opened is barbershops, hair salons, tattoo parlors, movie theaters, restaurants, bowling alleys, massage parlors, you know, because these are things that we just have to get to. And when I say restaurants, I'm talking about dining in, not just picking up, not takeout. Gyms where body fluids are easily, you know, kind of the contact, the people, even as careful as you are, equipment gets sweat on it and things like that. So when I heard that he was doing that, I was just dumbfounded. It just made absolutely no sense to me. You know, they're saying that there's going to be stringent rules that all of these businesses have to stick to. There has to be social distancing. How do you social distance in a movie theater? Are they only going to let in 1/6 of the normal crowd that they would let in? Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me. When Keisha Lance Bottom was being interviewed by Chris Cuomo, she said that he did not get the input. Well, as the governor, he does not have to get the input. Okay, she wanted to make that clear. He can make the decisions however he sees fit. However, you would think that in a situation like this, where this is a pandemic that is at large, and the coordination of all of these cities, all of these counties, all throughout Georgia, you would think that he would talk to these people, considering they are actually, you know, closer to the front line, closer to what is actually happening in these places. Well, he didn't talk to the mayors. He didn't talk to the CEOs. He made this decision solely on his own. And I would say because he is definitely up YSAP's ass. Kind of feels like anytime he gets any guidance from, you know, YSAP, he then follows suit. But in a strange turn of events, YSAP got on his press conference yesterday and said that he had expressed his extreme displeasure with Kemp for deciding to open up these businesses. I was just like, isn't that just like him to throw folks under the bus? He kind of reminds me of that character in School Days. Remember Giancarlo Esposito? Remember he was talking Tisha Campbell's character into sleeping with Half Pint, Spike Lee. Remember when he talked her into it? Or he didn't really go out flat out and say that's what she needed to do, but of course he implied it very strongly. And when she ended up doing it, then he was just like, I did not tell you to fuck Half Pint. Well, this is the same situation. This is crazy. We already know that YSAP doesn't want the blowback. He does these type of things so that if it goes well, he can take credit. And if it doesn't go well, then he can say, well, I told him not to do it. Yet and still, you just said last week they needed to start to reopen. So, yeah, Brian Kemp, for all intents and purposes, you guys, is an idiot to me. I just don't know what. Well, of course I know what goes into thinking when you start opening up barbershops and hair salons and nail salons and theaters and restaurants. Come on, are you kidding me? Now I'm just gonna tell you guys without me having to go fully into it, that folks that look like me, and y'all know what I mean, I'm gonna tell you to keep your asses at home. As much as I hate not having my nails, as much as I hate not having my eyelashes, and not being able to get my eyebrows done, not go and sit at a restaurant and have a nice drink or go to the movies. I mean, me and Mr. love going to the movies, okay? As much as I miss all of that, put the first priority at the top, which is getting this pandemic taken care of and being safest. You know, I don't know what happens to the economy when half of everybody is fucking sick. They haven't seemed to think that far out. They just know that folks need to get back to work. And granted, folks do need to get back to work. It's very, very bad for a lot of people out there, and I am aware of that. But these places are not essential. Here's the security. Can you guys see the light flashing? Security has been like parked in front of me for the longest. I guess he's trying to see what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, these definitely aren't the jobs that I would put at the top of the list as must open, you know? So it is fucking ridiculous. And he is trash, an idiot. This is probably gonna get me flagged, y'all, but I just had to go on and say it. There's been a lot of backlash towards Kemp, but I see a lot of the states and the southern states especially following suit. You know, I know that Georgia is the beginning, but definitely it won't end here. And I know that the states surrounding here are probably going to be doing the same thing soon enough. But yeah, he is getting some blowback and some backlash from both Republicans and Democrats, just saying that he just kind of stepped out on his own and decided to do this. So, but like I said, you ain't got to do it. Just because they say it's open don't mean that you have to be out there like that. It's serious out there, you guys. And like I said, I want to see all of my rock stars make it to the other side. So make sure you be careful. That's all I can say is be careful. The Teddy Riley versus Babyface battle that we tried to get off the ground over the weekend, and that turned into an extreme debacle. If you were like me, you checked in on Saturday, okay, sat down for a good battle, was ready for it to go down, and then you saw very quickly that it was not going to go down the way that you thought. You know, while we had Babyface ready in his little room, I'm not sure if it was a studio or what, but you know, he had his mix board or whatever, his computer, and his phone, you know, he was ready to play his music, and we had fucking Teddy Riley with a goddamn production like no other. We had Teddy, we had background dancer, you know, hype man, we had a drummer, we had a mixer, we had all of this going on. He really was ready to give y'all the concert. He said, bitch, this is what you asked for, this is what you about to get. While we all love a good show, that is not the spirit of what this versus battle is. That was the first thing. I'm looking at that, I'm going, aren't we in the middle of the coronavirus being spread? Why ain't nobody got on a fucking mask? You got about 8 people up in the fucking room, and absolutely nobody is 6 feet away from each other. Absolutely nobody has any type of protection on. We ain't seen hand sanitizer the first, baby. The second problem is we got this extreme feedback. Everybody is there as if we in a full concert, not remembering that we are on Instagram Live and that this is being streamed. Ain't nobody looking at the fucking phone. Nobody. Everybody that is watching it is telling them that it is all this reverberation going on. We can't hear shit. It is echoing. It was just honestly a mess. Now, we had Babyface on the other end, you know, Teddy telling Baby that he needed to adjust his side. Babyface was fine. It was not none of Babyface's problem. Yeah, he was late, but you know, when that Teddy kept on looking back in the back like, what the fuck is going on here? I was like, Teddy, you doing the most. And then when old boy came and said, you know, come back in 30 minutes, I was like, fuck you and these 30 minutes. Ain't nobody fixing to come back to this bullshit. If anything, the entertainment was them comments. Well, them people was up in them comments doing and we had celebrities. Everybody was up in there. I mean, it was really, honestly, truly embarrassing. I was over it on Saturday. I was over it. Babyface came on later and said that, you know, due to technical difficulties, he feels like we should just postpone this. Now, we had already postponed it once because Babyface and his family had COVID-19 and they were recovering. Actually, Babyface didn't even look like he still don't really look like he was at 100%, you know? So I'm just looking at this like, and then here come Teddy Riley talking about, you know, it's just like a boxing match and, you know, we got to come back. I said, nigga, can you just sit your ass down there with a fucking desk and a computer and let your shit play? How about that? We don't need no boxing match. Here go the security guard. Now he walking around on foot. I'm waiting for him to just come knock on my window and ask. But, and of course, you guys saw all the memes on Sunday. I mean, people roasted the hell out of both of them, really. But it really wasn't Babyface. It was mostly on Teddy Riley, other than Babyface being late to the broadcast. Yeah, that was a mess. Now, they announced Sunday that they were going to have another battle on Monday. I was just like, oh, so soon? Like, we done got these technical difficulties together? Monday evening, 8 o'clock, I'm supposed to be watching Love and Hip Hop so I can give you guys a review. Instead, I am watching the Versus match, the rematch. First, I went over to Teddy Riley's and he was like, he was having problems and he was telling everybody at the time to go over to Babyface's live. So I get off of Teddy, I go over on the Babyface, okay? And Babyface is there. Child, him and Teddy Riley could not seem to get that shit hooked up. I was like, oh my God, here we go again. But then I started looking and I was like, it's like 500,000 people on this IG stream. Obviously, maybe they're having problems because the system is overwhelmed. Finally, Teddy and Babyface were able to get, you know, they were finally able to get on there together. I wasn't even able to really see it because I have an iPhone, and as you guys know, iPhones were having some sort of problem, some sort of glitch. Now, I never thought to actually go onto my iPad or go onto my computer to watch it. After I kept on going on, they were freezing and stopping. I was just like, fuck it, just forget it. It must not be for me to see. But I saw on Twitter that there were a lot of people that was watching. So I was like, it's working for somebody. It's obviously, you know, me and Mr. and Joe, we was like, it must be our internet. I mean, we couldn't figure out what it was, but Joe finally found it being streamed on YouTube. But by then I was just like, I don't give a damn. Okay, I'll watch it later. They finally was able to do it. Okay, got all the way up to round 19 because we were going to do 20 rounds, and then Teddy's feed cut out, and then Teddy was never able to get back on. Not with Babyface. So then Teddy was on his side and Babyface was on his side. You know, they were both on their individual IG lives and they were playing their final songs. But you know, 19 out of 20, damn it, that's gonna be good or damn enough. I did watch some of it streamed, and then I also read up on the battle, and then we gonna go through what was because we ain't got shit else to do. Y'all ain't too much to talk about today. So we gonna go through the songs that were in each round, and you guys can decide at the end who won. So on Billboard, they have all of the rounds on here. So we gonna go through real quickly, and we gonna decide who won each round. Okay, so the first round, SWV's right here, the Human Nature remix. Okay, that used to be the jam, you guys. I remember that's when me and Debbie lived together. We lived in Lawndale, child, off Prairie. That was Teddy Riley. And then Tony Braxton's Love Should Have Brought You Home. Okay, that's Babyface. Now, they have on there as the winner, Teddy Riley, and I tend to agree. What you guys think on that? Round 2, Keith Sweat's Make It Last Forever. Okay, reminds me of my high school and first year college days versus Babyface's Soon As I Get Home. So we took it to the slow jam there. Billboard has Babyface winning. Yeah, I think Soon As I Get Home, I think that I would agree on that one. Now, round 3. Johnny Kim's Just Got Paid, which you guys, we wore that shit out at my 12th grade prom. Okay, you guys know I was class of 88, Palisades Dolphin. What's up, everybody? Y'all know West Coast is best coast. We love Just Got Paid. Oh my God, that shit still goes real hard to this day. It broke my heart when they told me that Johnny Kemp died. Y'all remember he died. He fell on the rocks or something on that Tom Joyner cruise and hit his head and ended up dying like a crazy freak accident. But anyway, we have Just Got Paid versus Rock Steady. Rock Steady. Steady rocking all night long. Although I loves me some rock steady. Every time that song comes on, I can listen to it every single time. Like, it's just one of them songs that makes me happy. I'm gonna go with Just Got Paid, because like I said, that shit used to be the jam. And they also chose Teddy Riley there. Now, round 4, Blackstreet's Get Me Home. And of course, that's with Teddy Riley versus Babyface's Every Time I Close My Eyes. They have it as a tie. What y'all think is on that one? I think if I was to choose between the two, I think that I would have chose Every Time I Close My Eyes. I think I would have picked Babyface on that one. Y'all let me know. Round 5, we had Guys, Piece of My Love. You can have a piece of my love. Versus After Seven's Ready or Not. I give you everything, every little thing, baby, that you're looking for. I give you my heart, my soul, my time. My love is a fountain. I will be your earth. Ooh, and all that you need for, and even more. 'Cause girl, I love you more than words can show. My love is pure. Somebody is watching me sing. Y'all already know Babyface won that round for me, even though I loves me some Piece of My Love. Okay, and they chose them too. Round 6, we have High Fives. I Like the Way. Okay, the kissing game. And that's Teddy Riley versus Bobby Brown's Every Little Step. Now, you know there's no competition there. Every Little Step. Round 7, Keith Sweat, I Want Her. Again, 11th and 12th grade, you guys. Oh, we wore that Keith Sweat the fuck out. I Want Her was the shit. And they remixed it and had all different versions, long versions, acapella, you know, it come in with the beat, you know, should be 10 minutes long, okay? Oh, that used to be the jam. My dad had a Montero, and I used to take it. I was a cheerleader, and we used to take it. I put all the cheerleaders in there, and we would drive to the games and everything. And girl, we blasting I Want Her. That shit used to be the jam. Versus Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk. Now, I do love Can We Talk, but when you put it up against I Want Her, no competition. Round 8, Guys I Like, okay, versus Karen White's The Way That You Love Me. I Like is the all-time cha-cha song. Like, I can cha-cha to that song as soon as I hear it. You just get up right then on a dance floor. You just go and do the cha-cha. So yeah, while we love The Way That You Love Me, we got to give it to Guy I Like. Riley won that round 8. Round 9, we got Heavy D's Is It Good For You? Is It Good To You? And that's Teddy Riley versus Tevin Campbell's I'm Ready. For me, I'm going to go with Teddy Riley on that one. Round 10, Dougie Fresh featuring Slick Rick, The Show. Had absolutely no idea that Teddy Riley produced the song. No idea. I learned something new there, okay? Going against the Deal's Two Occasions. Now, they have on here that was a draw. But I am going to say that Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick's song, The Show, yeah, I'm going to say that was, for me, that's a winner. Because still to this day, you hear that song all the time. You don't hear Two Occasions as much, okay? But, you know, a lot of respect for that song. Did like it. Round 11, we have Jay-Z featuring Blackstreet's The City Is Mine versus Bobby Brown's Rock With You. I don't even know if I remember what the song The City Is Mine. What is that? I can't even think what that song is. So, I mean, I guess. What y'all think on that one? Round 11. Round 12, Bobby Brown's On Our Own, okay, by Babyface versus Michael Jackson's In the Closet. Now, they gave that to Teddy Riley. For me, I would have picked Bobby Brown because I never was a big fan of Keep It in the Closet, okay? That was never, but they gave that to Riley there on Billboard. Y'all tell me what you think on that. Round 13, Babyface, When Can I See You Again? During this round, evidently, Babyface didn't follow the rules and ended up bringing out his guitar. Now, they had already said no instruments, all right? That was part of the deal. So, evidently, Teddy Riley wasn't too happy about that. But When Can I See You Again went against Before I Let You Go by Blackstreet, which is my all-time favorite Blackstreet song. Now, I love When Can I See You Again, and evidently they feel like Babyface won that round, but before I let you go, child, Dave Hollister, I mean, he put all of his soul into that song. So for me, that would have been Teddy Riley, but they picked Babyface as the winner there. Round 14, Babyface's Whip Appeal went against Guys Let's Chill. Okay, and they picked Babyface, and I agree. I think that Babyface Whip Appeal, that song was super big. Round 15, Johnny Gill's My, that's Babyface versus Blackstreet's Deep, Teddy Riley. I did not remember that song, Deep. I even listened to it before I did this video today, because I was just like, what is Deep? And that was later on, once Dave Hollister left, and, you know, I guess they was probably having little issues and shit, and they was still making albums, and so I wasn't familiar with that song. So they gave that to Johnny Gill, to Babyface. Round 16, we had Red Light Special for Babyface, and we had I Get Lonely, the TNT remix. You know, that's Janet Jackson with Blackstreet. Now, they gave that to Babyface, and I guess because TLC was like the biggest girl group, you know, we have got to give it to them. But honestly, for me, I Get So Lonely, I probably would have picked Teddy Riley winning that round, but they gave it to Babyface. What y'all think there? Round 17, Karen White's Superwoman, of course, that's Babyface, versus Michael Jackson's Jam. I loves me some Jam, so yeah, I'm gonna get that to Teddy Riley. Round 18, we had Toni Braxton, You're Making Me High by Babyface's, that's his thing. And then Rump Shaker, Teddy Riley. Again, this is a tough one, y'all, because Rump Shaker reminds me of some good ass times, some great parties up in the Ladera Heights. Oh, child. So that song has a lot of memories for me. But of course, I do know that You Making Me High was a big deal. Billboard gave that round to Babyface. But you guys tell me, who would you give that round to? Then round 19 is where the shit went bad, where Teddy fell off and then never was able to get back on. So round 19 was Babyface had I'll Make Love to You, Boyz II Men, huge song. It's a shame that Teddy Riley wasn't able to get back on that one. But I think over on Teddy Riley's feed, he was playing Blood on the Dance Floor, which, you know, the latter Michael Jackson songs, you know, I have respect for him and everything, but, you know, big super duper hits like that, I mean, no, that would have been a no for me. So the Babyface would have got that one on me. And then on round 20, on their individual feeds, we had Count on Me, okay, which was Whitney and CeCe, you know, Whitney Houston, CeCe Winans, okay, and then we also had When You Believe, Mariah Carey. So he played 2 songs on that round. And then Teddy Riley played No Diggity. Okay, now let's really think about this now. Do you remember how big No Diggity was when it first came out with Queen Pen and Dr. Dre? Okay, that was a big fucking hit. I don't know why he didn't end it up with you know, since Babyface was playing 2 songs, you know, he did play Remember the Time. So I guess we can say Count on Me and When You Believe going against No Diggity and Remember the Time. Those were some heavy hitters, all 4 of those songs. I don't even know who I would choose on that one. I mean, I'm partial probably to Teddy Riley because I just like to dance and shit, you know, but like I saw in somebody's meme said that Babyface was the wedding and Teddy Riley was the reception. I was like, that's very accurate. Then they went on and played on their own individual feed some other songs and had some bonus rounds and, you know, whatever and what have nots. Yeah, it was cool enough. Those were some great songs that they played. Both of them could probably still take it a whole lot for. They probably could have went 40 rounds really. And considering after they posted on YouTube and finally got all the numbers in, they said over 5 million people tuned in and watched the battle. So this is definitely a lucrative kind of thing for Timbaland and Swizz Beatz. I don't know how long it would last, but I've heard about them trying to maybe, you know, take this to the next level, and some networks is looking at it and all of that. And, you know, now there's whispers saying that they want Dr. Dre to go up against Puffy. That's going to be a good matchup, but you guys know, like I said, West Coast is the best coast. You already know that Dr. Dre is going to win that one. So. But yeah, we'll see. I could be wrong, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you guys, that was the battle. Y'all let me know what you think about all of those songs that I told you. Who wins what overall? All right, you guys, so they say that JLo, Jennifer Lopez, and her boyfriend, I guess her fiance, Alex Rodriguez, A-Rod, they are in early talks to try to purchase the Mets. They have signed on Chase Bank, and they are helping them acquire the money so that they can try to make a bid for this team. Now, evidently, the family that owns the team right now said back in December that they were looking to sell a majority in the team. There was a billionaire by the name of Stephen Cohen who they had, who had made the bid, and they were about to make this deal, and then it fell through. And now it has made the way for A-Rod and JLo to possibly come in and purchase it. Okay. Which is interesting because, now I ain't no sports person. Y'all already know that unless it's basketball. But I do know that you New York people is serious about y'all shit out there. And him being a former Yankee, he was a Yankee, right? Him being a former Yankee, all of a sudden he want to buy the Mets? That's interesting. I mean, I guess it all boils down to money and business, right? But damn, I was just like, isn't that like a cardinal sin? You was a Yankee, but you own the Mets. Like, how does this work here? But, they're saying that the Yankees there's never going to be a time when he can own, a majority stake in the Yankees. So I guess the Mets is the next best thing. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Now, it's also interesting to me because I know on the NBA teams, was it the NBA teams? In order to be a majority owner, you have to be married. Am I remembering that correctly, or am I mixing that up with McDonald's owning the McDonald's franchise? I know you got to be, well, I know they used to say that you have to be married for McDonald's, but I don't even know if that's the same now. It seems like they wouldn't let like a boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance, like you would have to be married, because what if y'all break up and then you owning the team, and what if it was like not a great divorce? I mean, not a great breakup, and then y'all fighting, but you own the team and it's just extra drama. I mean, it could happen with a married couple too, but it just seems like it would be even riskier with a boyfriend and girlfriend kind of situation. But I guess when you got that kind of money, they don't give a damn. So we'll see if those two actually do purchase it. And when I know more, I'll let you guys know more. You guys, this Prince Grammy tribute that came on the other night, I had no idea it was even on. No idea. And when I tell you my brother is an all-time Prince fan, I'm surprised he didn't like text me or something and ask me if I was watching, or want to commiserate on some of the people that was performing. You guys know, like I know, that Prince did not like people performing his music. So anytime I see like tributes that they're talking about having towards Prince, like, there's a part of me that's just like, I ain't watching, because I know Prince, Prince Roger Nelson was not going to be okay with this. People want to show their love and admiration for him. He was such a legendary and just an iconic and just such a force in the music industry. His influence and everything about him, people should be able to celebrate him if they can. So it was the usual suspects, they say, the Revolution, Sheila E., Morris Day and the Time. I'm not sure if Wendy and Lisa, well, they were Revolution, so yeah, they should have been there. And all the people who worked very closely with Prince. And then we've had some newbies, people who are from this a newer generation, but want to pay homage. We had Usher and Twiggy, is that her name, or Twigs, whatever her name is, and John Legend, okay, minus a shirt. You had the Foo Fighters, we had Common, we had, so there were a lot of other people that also performed. I think many people liked more than others, but it's a tribute. I didn't watch it, and I didn't even bother to watch it on YouTube. So you guys will have to let me know what you thought about it. I know Apollonia was not happy with it. Evidently, Apollonia was salty that Sheila E. was involved and has been involved in many Prince-related tributes and evidently cruises and, you know, books written and all this. Basically, Apollonia is accusing Sheila E. of profiting off of Prince's name, and that for the 5 years before Prince died, he wasn't even fucking with Sheila E. because evidently they had some issues. And so Apollonia is very upset that Sheila E. is trying to act like they're best friends, and, you know, how much she misses Prince when they weren't even speaking at the time. I don't know if that's true or false, you guys. This is like old beef. And, you know, Prince's women have always had these kind of beefs go on. You know, you're never really sure if it was because everybody was involved with them having, you know, intimately, or, you know, it was just the rivalry between these women all trying to have like a certain spot in his life. It's just always been there. Now, Sheila E. wasn't really kind of considered one of his women, but, you know, you always just had an idea that if a woman was involved with Prince musically, that at some point they probably was involved intimately. So Apollonia has a problem with her. Sheila E. hasn't responded, probably will not respond. And even if they weren't talking for the last 5 years, that doesn't mean that she doesn't miss him and, you know, didn't love him. You know, sometimes you just don't have the time, especially with Prince dying so suddenly like that. Nobody expected that. And sometimes you just don't have the time to right some wrongs. So maybe that's, you know, that's what's going on there. I don't know. Let Apollonia and Sheila E. figure that shit out, you guys. You guys tell me what you think about the tribute, and if you enjoyed it, okay? But like I said, I know Prince was probably in his grave rolling his eyes. This has never been something that he likes. They say that Jason Mitchell was arrested in Mississippi for felony drug charges and weapon charges. I was just like, you know what? This damn Jason Mitchell just can't get right, can he? Now, we know that he got put off the shy because he was sexually harassing his co-star, the girl who was playing his girlfriend. I think her name in real life is Tiffany Boone. She had accused him, and after all this scandal on the set and all that, Tiffany couldn't take it no more, and she got the hell off the show. Well, when she left, then they ended up firing Jason Mitchell. And then he was subsequently released from his management deal with his manager, his agent, his management company. Everybody let him go. He had a movie on Netflix that he was about to start shooting called Desperados. They dropped him from that. I mean, they dropped him like a hot rock, and that shit happened so fast. I remember talking about it on top of the blog, like within 3 days, everybody was done. Okay, just how quickly your life can be turned around. So Jason Mitchell was in trouble. Then we started seeing all this other shit happening to him. Remember, he had the meltdown on the airplane, and things was going really bad for him. I was like, Jason Mitchell just needs to get out the spotlight right now, try to get his life together. Okay. So then that was kind of what they did. They kind of took him out. Just a few weeks ago, I saw him like on one of the blogs. I think he had just got a new manager, a new management company. And he was in a picture with like 3 other people, and they were smiling like, you know, this is a new beginning. And, you know, Jason Mitchell is about to get back out there and do this, you know. And then here I'm reading yesterday that he was arrested in Mississippi. So they have him on 4 felony charges, 2 felony charges of possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, which was marijuana and ecstasy. And then he had 2 felony charges of possession of a weapon by a felon. Okay, and he had a Glock 19 and a mini Draco AK-47 semi-automatic pistol. I don't even know what that is. I know y'all niggas love y'all good Draco from what I understand. But I was just like, this is the South. Now, he's from Louisiana, right? He ought to know that he can't be, that shit ain't legal out here. You can't be having marijuana and ecstasy and shit. This is not California, you know? So I don't know. They haven't really gone on with the story more. All we know is that he was arrested, and I would imagine this is going to be another setback for Jason Mitchell. Just can't get right, you guys. Just can't get right. But we'll see what comes of these charges and if he has to do any time. Then lastly, you guys, in quickies, just 2 things. First, the Empire finale. I didn't watch the Empire finale because I haven't watched that show in years. Literally years I have not watched it. So I Didn't even know the finale was on the other night. But I did see that Taraji P. Henson was very upset with the finale, not because she just didn't like the way they had expected to end the show, but it was because they weren't able to film what they wanted to for the last couple of episodes because the coronavirus had ended up hitting and everything got shut down. So what the producers ended up having to do was piece together something that would kind of bring closure to the story. But from what I understand, this was not the way that they wanted it to happen. I think they only recorded 18 episodes. They put part of 19 and didn't even get to 20, which was supposed to be their final episodes. They put parts of 19 that they had already recorded in and just tried to make it work. And I guess it was like kind of half-assed. And I mean, they made it work, but I think that most Empire fans were not happy with the way that it ended, but it was nothing that they could do about it. The only other option that they had was to delay the finale until all of this passed. But you guys, there is really going to be some time before we can actually get a whole crew and all of these people acting in one room together with all this shit going on. So they didn't want to wait that long, so they decided to just see what they can put together, and this is what it was. So Taraji P. Henson said it haunts her that they weren't able to give the fans what they really wanted, considering, a lot of you guys stuck with them 6 seasons. I was just like, child, I don't know how y'all did it. I do not know. Okay, I think I was tapped out by that the winter break of the 3rd season. I was just like, I can't do it no more. But they did finally bring a close to Empire. Did not bring back Jussie Smollett. I think the only thing they said that they had a picture of him in one of the scenes. So I don't even know how they ended up writing him off to begin with. But yeah, it's a wrap on Empire. We'll see what Lee Daniels brings next. And lastly, you guys, Trey Songz. He decided, I guess it was his baby Noah's 1st birthday, and he decided to let everybody know who his baby mama was. Now, let me tell you how hard it is to keep shit like this away from social media. He had been successful for a year in keeping that baby mama's under wraps. I would have never told you guys who that baby mama was. I would have never told, because I was like, they about to be all up in this girl's mix. Now, it don't look like these two are probably together, because, he does post a picture of him and her together. He kind of got the little church, you just be kind of having your arm around him, kind of away from, like, this my friend. But he says, how she handles everything with grace, and, she's a good mom, and nothing there that made me think that they was, still in a relationship. But she definitely is the baby mother. He even gave her name. I think her name, no, he didn't say her name, but they found out her name. It's Carol Colon. Okay, that sounds like some sort of Latin, last name. She is a black girl, okay, but maybe Afro-Latina, light-skinned, natural hair, big curly hair, cute girl. Definitely not the video vixen type, big booty, little, not that whole look that many of these entertainers like to entertain, but when they actually settle down with somebody, it's a whole nother something. I honestly don't know if I feel like these two are together. I think that they are just co-parenting, and she's cool, and he, loves her for that. I don't know if they were ever together. I mean, they were together long enough for her to have a baby, obviously. He let y'all know the baby, child. I would have never said. I was like, I hope you know what you're doing, Trey Songz. Y'all don't be all up in that girl's shit. Y'all leave Carol alone. That is it. Let me get off of here. I'm gonna put the stamps on these bookmarks and drop them in the mail, and then get on back home and get this edited and up to you guys. I want you guys to stay safe out there, especially my folks out here in Georgia. Now, Rocky done told you, right? Amy done said it, right? Keep your ass at home. But I'm gonna get off of here. We do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, rock stars. Bye.